Presiding Officer, yesterday I joined political leaders, faith leaders and charities at the Summit Against Polarisation and Disenfranchisement. And as I warned at the summit, this cannot look like some kind of Scottish establishment talking to itself, distant from the realities facing Scots. But as I feared, what was missing was any reflection on SNP government failure and how that drives people to divisive politics. So why does John Swinney not recognise that to tackle division and polarisation, we need a Scottish government that actually delivers for the people?
First Minister.
Well, that's what the people of Scotland have got, because in a whole variety of different areas, this government is delivering for the people of Scotland. Families in Scotland benefit from having 1,140 hours of early learning and childcare for all 3- and 4-year-olds and for eligible 2-year-olds. We have a rising investment in our housing sector, tackling the housing emergency, building on the fact that we have built more affordable houses per head of population than in other parts of the United Kingdom. We have low unemployment in Scotland today, and we have progress been made in reducing waiting lists and waiting times in the National Health Service. And crucially, on the issue that absolutely matters to me, we in Scotland are seeing falls in child poverty when they are rising in the rest of the United Kingdom. And I fear that the progress we are making in Scotland is going to be damaged by the welfare reforms of the United Kingdom's Labour government.
Anas Sarwar.
Presiding Officer, that complacency is part of the problem and proves John Swinney does not get it. The measure for success for the Scottish Government is how it uses its power to improve the lives of Scots. For 18 years, John Swinney and the SNP have been in charge of our NHS, but we have 1 in 6 Scots on a waiting list. For 18 years, John Swinney and the SNP have been in charge of housing, but we have 10,000 children with nowhere to call home. For 18 years, John Swinney and the SNP have been in charge of keeping Scots safe, but we have gang violence in our streets and blades being taken into primary schools. The gulf between the SNP government's rhetoric and the reality faced by people across our country could not be starker. So can't John Swinney see that he and his party's failures have made them the architects of divisive politics in Scotland?
First Minister.
Well, Presiding Officer, I will set out to Parliament frequently the record of this government upon which I am very proud to stand. We are giving young people in their families the best start in life by the most extensive early learning and childcare offer in the United Kingdom. On housing, we've delivered 47% more affordable homes per head of population than in England, and 73% more than in Wales, where the Labour Party has been in power for even longer than we have been in power. In Scotland, on waiting times, we promised 75,000 NHS surgeries would be, 64,000 NHS procedures would be delivered in a 12-month period, and 75,500 have been delivered extra in the period to January 2025. So this government is focused on eradicating child poverty, improving our public services, achieving net zero and boosting the economy. That's what this government is about, and that's what we're delivering for the people of Scotland day in and day out.
Anas Sarwar.
John Swinney's head is in the sand, and it proves why he can't be the person to lead the fight against disenfranchisement and polarisation of our politics, because he simply doesn't get it. Record-long waiting lists and record levels of homelessness amongst our children on John Swinney and the SNP's watch. After nearly 2 decades in power, if the SNP had a plan to improve the lives of Scots, then we'd have seen it by now. And research from Carnegie UK has revealed that 63% of Scots feel they can't influence decisions in Scotland, and 40% of Scots have low trust in MSPs. And is it any wonder? From ferries that don't sail to astronomical levels of waste of public money, this SNP government deliver nothing and tell Scots to be happy about it. Because the fact is the SNP government has lost its way and is out of steam, and they're responsible for divisive politics in our country, so they can't be the ones to sort it. So isn't the truth that we will only tackle division and disengagement if we have a Scottish government that actually serves the people of Scotland, and the only way to deliver that is to remove the SNP from power?
First Minister.
Well, let's take a moment to see how the last change of government process went in the United Kingdom. And last summer, the Labour government was elected on a commitment to end austerity, to deliver change. And what have the Labour government done? The Labour government have delivered a continuation of austerity.
Let's hear one another.
A continuation of austerity. And I can't, I cannot believe the Labour Party is comfortable with the fact that their United Kingdom government is going to deliver welfare reforms that will increase poverty levels in the United Kingdom. Now, I invite Parliament to think about that point for just one moment. A Labour government has come into office and poverty is going to rise. That demonstrates there is no point in the Labour Party, because Labour deliver poverty and austerity to the people of Scotland when this SNP government is reducing child poverty in this country. I'll take that to the country and be proud of our record.